Hey, Alex here, and in this video I'm not only going to show you how to create your Google My Business listing step by step, but also how to optimize it from the very beginning so that the customers can easily find you when they search for your products or services online via Google Knowledge Panel, Google Map Pack, and the generic Google Map results. So if you're a local business owner hungry to get more customers, don't miss this comprehensive ultimate step-by-step guide to creating and optimizing your Google My Business listing.
I'm Alex Berdiga, founder of iCanMarketMyBusiness.com and the Holistic Business Growth Stack, a step-by-step system that finally makes it easy to profitably market and grow your business even if you have zero marketing experience. And for this video you're watching right now, just briefly, because this system has already helped so many people grow their business, we've decided to release levels 1 and 2 in full, featuring 14 training videos and all the downloadable materials exclusively here on YouTube, so that you can benefit and set up a solid digital search and social media presence, as well as a robust marketing strategy for growing your business all in one place and completely for free. Before we jump right into this training video, if you're new to my channel, why don't you click on the subscribe button now so you'll be notified as soon as I publish a new video. Now, let's jump straight into this training video from the Holistic Business Growth Stack course. So we're now in the Holistic Business Growth Stack membership area, and we're going to go ahead and look at Google My Business listing setup, which is located in level 1, your digital and social presence, designed to get you more digital search presence, more social media presence, and ultimately more online visibility. In the previous video, we actually looked at an overview of which social media to use. So if you missed that, you can click on the channel name below this video, then navigate and click on playlists, where you can then select the complete playlist to view every video in one place and in the right order. Once we cover this video here, we are then going to proceed and see how to set up your Facebook business page step by step. So make sure not to miss that. Also, please note all materials and links accompanying this video will be provided in the description below. So now let's finally jump straight into this video and enjoy.
Hey, Alex here, and welcome to this video where we're going to have a quick look at how to optimize your Google My Business listing. Now, a quick note before I continue is to say that if you already have a Google My Business listing, do not skip this video, because in recent years, Google has rolled out a whole host of new My Google Business features, so much so that you may well find that you have missed one or two, and as such, you're no longer using Google My Business profile as effectively as you might think. So if you're serious about targeting local consumers and boosting your local search visibility, just make sure to go through this entire video. Now, if you haven't created a Google My Business listing yet, you can just click the first link below this video, which should take you to this screen here, where you can either find your Google My Business listing or you can actually create one. Alternatively, if you already have a Google My Business profile, you can just use the link below that to actually log into your My Business profile. So for people that actually need to set up their Google My Business profile, the first step to getting this set up is to actually conduct a Google search to ensure your business doesn't already have a Google My Business listing. So if your business has been around for a while, for example for several years or more, it's likely it has already had a Google My Business listing automatically generated by Google, and all you have to do is simply claim it. Once you successfully claimed it, you can then manage the information just as if you started the Google My Business listing yourself a few years back. So click the link below this video to create Google My Business listing, and then what you can do is actually search for your business here, and if your business happens to be listed already, then you can just go ahead through the process of claiming it. Whereas if you don't find anything here, then you can just go ahead and click Add Your Business to Google. Now for people who have already set up their Google My Business profile, you can just skip the next few minutes of this video and actually get to the point when we start optimizing your profile. Whereas for people who actually need to create it, we're just going to go ahead and click this link here. Then just type in your business name exactly as it should be. And make sure not to add any extra words or anything else that you think might help your business listing to actually rank higher in the Google search results, because this does not work. And this can actually work against you and make it seem like spam to Google, which will actually penalize your listing. So make sure just to put in your business name as it is and nothing else. Now for this example, I'm just going to create a demo Google My Business account. So let's just name this Alex Marketing Agency and then click Next. Then make sure to select the appropriate business category. So I'm just going to start typing in marketing. So marketing agency sounds right. Click Next. Now, depending on what kind of business you're running, this may or may not be appropriate, but I'm guessing for the majority of people, you will actually want to display your location where you are. So I'm just going to go and select yes, and then click Next. Now on this screen, you can input the address of your company and make sure to put in the exact address that you use across other sources such as Yellow Pages and other business listings, so that it's consistent and congruent, which will actually help your Google My Business listing rank higher. So when people search for your services or products in your area, your listing will come up rather than your competitors. And once you finish filling this out, just click Next. In the next screen, it's going to prompt you to check if any of these are your businesses. Obviously go through them in detail, and if they're not, just click Select None of these and click Next. Then make sure the address you specified matches on the map correctly and click Next. Then on this screen, it's asking you whether you serve customers outside this location. Now, it is important that you list all the locations that you serve, because the higher area you cover, the higher the chance that your listing will be shown when someone searches for your products or services on Google. So select the appropriate one for you. For this example, I'm just going to select No, I do not. Once you get through to this screen over here, make sure to put in your correct contact phone. And then for your website, you have two options. You can either put in your current website URL if you already have an existing website. And then if you don't have a website, you have two options. You can either say, I don't need a website here. And if you select this, then your Google My Business listing is just going to not show a website whatsoever, which I actually wouldn't recommend. What I would then do instead is actually get a free website based on your information. Now, this does not replace a fully fledged website, but it is much better to use Google's free website builder, which is very easy to use, and then actually not list a website at all. And once you fill all this out, once again, click Next. This step is optional, but at least to begin with, I would definitely opt in to receive any updates and recommendations for your business on Google. And click Next. And now just click Finish. The final thing you need to do is to actually verify your Google My Business listing, and there will be options displayed here. Typically, they will send a postcard through your letterbox where there will be a code with which you can verify your business. So just put in your contact name, click Post, or alternatively, if for some reason you want to do this later, you can always click Later. So that's pretty much it. We have now created our Google My Business listing, and we can actually click Get Started here. So now that you've created your Google My Business listing, there are some important considerations and important features which you must be aware of, and important things that you must list on your profile in order to be ranked as high as possible in the Google search. So let's navigate to the info section. And the first thing you want to check is that your business name is typed out correctly. And once again, it doesn't have any extra wording or anything else to try and help you rank the business higher, because this will be automatically reported as spam by Google. Just simply have your business name exactly as it is. To modify the name, you simply click this edit button here, retype it as appropriate, and then hit apply. Next, we need to make sure that the business category your business is listed under is correct. So go ahead and click this, and make sure that the primary category here is as most relevant to your business as possible. Now, some categories may look similar, but might be quite different. So make sure whatever you choose is as relevant to your business as possible. What's great, and what I would really recommend you do, is actually add additional categories by clicking this here, and then selecting any further additional categories that may apply to your business. So for example, I may put in a marketing consultant on here as an extra category. Let's see if there's another one I can put in here. For example, this one here would also apply, so I will select this one as well. So make sure to go through this process here and add as many additional categories which are applicable and are relevant to you. And this will actually, again, help you get more visibility and more traffic and more people to visit your Google My Business listings, because you will show up in more search results. Once you're finished with this, click Apply. And one important thing to mention about the categories is that actually Google My Business updates the categories quite regularly. So it's important that you check this regularly and make sure that you're using the latest categories available on Google. Because once again, if you're using outdated categories or you're not using the latest categories, this will decrease the visibility of your business on Google search results. The next thing we need to make sure is consistent is your business address. And there are three possible scenarios based on what kind of business you have. For example, if you serve customers from your brick and mortar business, then you need to make sure to specify the exact address here. One quick tip is that if you have a suite number, make sure to add this as a separate line on your address. So you can actually edit your address here and then select Add Line, and you can put in your suite number, whatever it may happen to be. Now let's go back here. And another thing that's important to mention, whatever address you're using here, make sure it matches exactly in the formatting, the style, the comma, the separations, everything how you listed it should match exactly to all the other places where your address should be listed. Now, one of the main places your address should be listed, of course, is your website, if you have one, and any other business listings, like any business directories that you may have entered your business details into. Doing this and making sure that the address is identical to all the other places, including your main website, will give Google a lot more confidence that your Google My Business listing is a lot more consistent, and it'll give Google a lot more confidence to actually show your Google My Business listing in search results for people looking for your services in your local area as compared to your competition. Whereas if the address is even a few spaces inconsistent, it actually gives Google a lower confidence score that this is the right thing to be showing, and so you end up ranking lower, and you may find that your Google My Business listing does not show on the first page of Google search results, which of course is a major problem because over 93% of people do not actually go through to the second page of the Google search results. So make sure to have this dialed in and make sure you have a very consistent address here with all the other places where you have listed your address. Now, in another scenario, if you're running a service-based business and serve customers at their home, then you shouldn't list a business address here, but instead choose a service area. To do that, simply click here, and then start typing out all the different locations that you serve. You can do multiple locations, and once you're done, just click apply. And once you've done that, you can then delete this address here. In the final scenario, if you're a brick and mortar business, but you also serve customers at their home, then you can leave your address here, as well as include all the areas that you serve. Next, let's go into the add hours so that people will know when your business is open. Now you can simply choose which days you're open by selecting it this way. And you can select whatever hours you open from and whatever hours you will close at. Obviously that's not correct, but this is just for example. And once you've done that for all the days of the week, click apply. Now the final thing you may want to do is add any special hours. For example, if you have any holidays or during Memorial Day, so you can just edit that here, and you can just select add a new date, select it from the calendar, and you can specify whether the business will be opened or not, as well as the specific opening and closing hours for that particular day. And I would just get that out the way and do that for the entire year so you don't forget about it and just have that done for the rest of the year. Once you're done, click apply. For your phone number, what you can do is actually add two secondary numbers by clicking this here and here, in case you have other numbers you can be contacted at, or if you have a toll-free number. And a quick tip, if you have a call tracking number, use that as the primary phone number. If you do use a call tracking number, then you have to put in your main business number in here. Once you're done, hit apply. Next, what we can do is add a link to your website. Now, when we were setting this up, I said I wanted to use Google's free website builder, and so it automatically generated a link for me. However, if you specify your own link, this is where you'll see it. And if you skip that step, you can always edit this and put in the link to your main website at this point. Now, depending on the type of business you're running, you may have the option to have an appointment link, which will be visible on your listing. So what you can simply do is click here, and then you can put in the website address of the specific page where your contact details are on your website. You can also take this a step further and integrate a book online button. This, however, can only be done with a scheduling provider that's approved by Google, which you can find on this page here, which I will link to at the bottom of this video. So you can see there's quite a big list of providers right here. So let's go back here and let's cancel this. Depending on the type of business that you set up, you may also have the option to add products. If this is enabled for you, I would go ahead and take advantage of this. So you can just click here, then click Get Started. Then you can put in the product name. Let's just do test 1. Also product category. You can then select from a fixed price or a price range. So let's just say £10. And then you have up to 1,000 words for the product description. Once you finish that, you can now add a button type. So for example, you can do a buy button here and then simply paste in the link so that when someone clicks that button, it'll take them through directly towards buying the product from you. Finally, what you need to do is add the actual product photo. So you can simply click here to upload a photo, which ideally is 720 by 720 pixels. Once you're done, simply click Save, and you can repeat this process for new products and new categories. Let's just go back here. Now, if you're a service type business, you can include the services you provide as part of your Google My Business listing, which will give visitors a good idea about what you do, and it's also a good chance for you to showcase your services in detail. And for this, you'll be able to list up to 300 words per service, as well as the price for that service, which will then be displayed in your profile. One thing to note is that that only shows up on mobile phones, but since most of the search traffic is mobiles these days, that's actually a great addition for you to use on your profile. To add a service, simply click here. Then simply click Add Custom Service. Let's just put in Test 1. And then click outside of that, and you can click this again to add another one. And you can keep adding until you're happy with that. And once you've finished, click Apply. Now, if you want to add further details, just go ahead and click here. Then you can select the price, whatever it may be. Say, for example, 30 here. And then put in your description, which is limited to 300 words. And then click Apply. Now, you can also add products to other categories here. And if you want to add other categories which are not listed here already, just go ahead and click this button here to add another category and repeat the process. So let's hit the cancel button here. Let's go back to info. Now the next one is attributes. Attributes basically lets customers know what your business has to offer, such as whether a restaurant offers Wi-Fi or outdoor seating, or if your business is woman-led, for example. And adding relevant, accurate attributes to your business profile helps you stand out to your customers who find your business on Google. So to add attributes, you simply hit this pencil button here and select any relevant options that show up here. Next is your business description. Now this basically helps people to find out what your business is all about. It actually has no impact on your Google My Business ranking, but it impacts on the overall customer experience. Now, one thing to note is that there's a total of 750 character limit. You're not allowed to put any links in there. And don't worry about trying to use specific keywords you might want to rank your profile for, because basically Google does not scan this and it doesn't work. So basically focus on this reading nicely and don't cram it full of keywords. Then for the opening date, you can actually specify, even if your business is not open yet, you can specify 12 months in advance the actual opening date, and you can simply choose that here. Next, we can add photos to your profile, and this is actually something that's really important that you do. The study has actually shown that around about 60% of people are influenced by photos before they make a decision to proceed with a business. So having photos, especially relevant photos on your profile, is actually a really important aspect that allows people to see your business virtually before they commit to visit you, make a phone call, or submit their details. So to add photos, simply click here. And depending on the type of business that you specified, will give you different options here to select from for which you can post your videos. The important thing is, whatever options are displayed here, I encourage you to actually put relevant photos and as many of them as you can for each individual section where you can actually provide photos. And in terms of the kind of photos to publish, is that actually if you post natural photos that you take of your own business, these actually work better and look more genuine than if you actually try to get very professional stock photos looking. So the point I'm making is that you don't need to go all out and spend a lot of money getting these professionally done. You can just snap these up with your mobile phone and directly post them on here. However, of course, it goes without saying that the photos must look genuinely good. So for example, if you're shooting in very low light conditions and the picture is blurry, then obviously that's not any good. But if you're shooting with a regular mobile phone in regular light conditions, then the photos should be more than good enough. Now, another important thing to mention here is that you do not want to publish any stock images. Obviously, one, this is not genuine, and two, Google will actually scan your images, and if it finds out you're using a stock image, it'll actually delete them anyway. And then this will also negatively impact on your Google My Business listing. The final thing to say is that if you are a brick and mortar business, you will have an option here to provide 360 photos. And this actually will allow people to see how your business looks like inside. So for example, if you're a restaurant owner, they'll actually be able to scroll and look around the place before visiting. And these work very well. Now again, you don't need to spend any money to get these professionally done. You can simply use an app on your mobile phone, whether you have Android, whether you have Apple, this works just the same. So to get 360 photos created for your Google My Business profile, which by the way can also be used for your Facebook profile, just go ahead to your App Store and download Google Street View. Once that app is installed, you can then take 360 pictures by clicking the icon on the bottom right corner, and then you follow the process to associate this with your Google My Business profile as well as your Facebook business page. So let's go back to our business listing. And something else that's important that you may not be aware of is that actually posting regular pictures is actually better than simply posting pictures and then leave them there. And that's because Google monitors active business listings and actually prioritizes them over listings which are pretty much dormant and not pumping out any new content. Also, something that's very important is that you also have the ability to not only add photos, but to add videos as well. And this is actually surging in popularity. So if you can create a short video, perhaps 1 minute of your business, just simply the insides, the services, the products you offer, this can really help boost your Google My Business listing. So make sure to take advantage of that as well. The final thing in your Google My Business profile that you may consider and you want to set up if you're running multiple locations is, for example, under advanced information here, you can provide unique IDs for a store code. So say you have 3 different locations, what you can then do is put in your business name and then dash your location. Now it's actually limited to 64 characters and there mustn't be any special characters or any spaces. So for example, you can put in a location like business name dash location 1. Then below that is labels. Now labels is actually something aimed at marketing agencies, so you can synchronize your Google AdWords account with your Google My Business listing. So chances are you won't be needing to use that. And then below this you have Google Ads location extension phone number. Now this is actually very useful as it will enable you to show a different phone number to your ads than the one you use for your Google My Business listing. So chances are you will not be using any of these options here in the advanced information, but I just wanted you to be aware that these options exist. So we've now covered all the basic optimization options for your Google My Business listing. And what we're going to do next is to try and capitalize on all the powerful features you can use to make your listing really stand out. So the first thing, and one of the most important things for your business in general, and for your Google My Business listing to actually rank it higher and to drive more traffic, drive more customers, is actually getting reviews for your business. Getting as many reviews as possible and increasing the rating. Now, according to multiple surveys, one of which is brightlocal.com, 86% of consumers read reviews for local businesses. And actually, it's 95% of people for a group aged 18 to 34. So basically, reviews are really, really powerful way to actually highlight your business over another. And for example, if you think of when you go and say shopping on eBay or on Amazon, there's just so much choice that most people, the first thing they look at is number of reviews and the rating. And the higher it is, the better. And very few people will actually go and look through every single product, whether it has reviews or not, before making a choice. They will go for the top 3 or 4 products they find with high reviews, and then they make the choice from that. So if you don't have many reviews and you don't have a high rating, you basically are missing out on a lot of people viewing your business. And to add to that, reviews are the biggest factor that drive clicks for your Google My Business profile. And in line with that, Google uses the number of reviews and the rating of reviews to actually rank your Google My Business listing. That means the more reviews you have and the higher the rating, the more happy Google is to show you over your competition to any people who are potentially searching for your products and services. So basically, reviews is something you absolutely must address for your business. So the question is, how do you actually go about getting reviews for your business? Well, I actually have a specific section on the course that deals exactly with that. So if we go to the members area, right now we are in which social media to use, and of course we are looking at the Google My Business listing setup, and after that we're going to look at the Facebook business page setup. But if we actually navigate, and of course that is in the bottom level of this holistic business growth stack system, the digital and social presence. But for reviews, if we actually go to the 3rd level, the digital referral system, so if we go here, and if we actually then go to brand reputation tab, here you will actually get the full breakdown. So you can see we're in the 3rd level now. Here you will actually get the full breakdown of brand reputation overview, what it actually involves and how to actually get it for your business, and then actual strategies for getting reviews, both manual and using software. So the exact steps. And then we actually take it further with the actual software overview, setting up reviews funnels, using widgets, review request tab. Pretty much every single thing that a marketing agency will set up for you. We'll show you exactly how to do that, as well as different ways of getting the reviews. So whether you need to get those reviews on site, if you're working, say, as if you're a plumber, if you actually have a storefront and you need to collect the reviews right there and there, or whether you actually need to send them out to your email list and actually collect them that way. Everything is covered in very easy, sort of step-by-step fashion. And this is actually something that's really important for you to remember, is that although there's quite a few videos here, if you can click a mouse you can set all of this up for your business. There's nothing complicated here, especially because the videos are done in such a simple step-by-step fashion. So basically, and if you get stuck with anything, just guys, don't forget to utilize this very powerful resource. Click to set up your account for the private Facebook support group. And basically our team is standing by to help you in case of anything. So please make sure to use this very powerful resource. But of course, don't skip setting up your training video right now and get distracted by this. Make sure to follow everything step by step. So finish this video and then on to the next one to logically set up the system for your business. But just know that basically this is coming up later on. So when you get there, make sure to go through all the videos to gain maximum benefit, from this 20-hour comprehensive course and generate more revenue for your business with less effort. So let's go back to the Google My Business listing and finish setting it up. The next feature you may not be aware of is the question and answer feature of your Google My Business listing. So if we actually go to this listing here, we search for that on Google. If you actually go ahead and expand here, you will see there's a question and answer section. Now, this is a feature that actually allows you to not only answer common questions people may have, but you can also be the one asking the question. So for example, you can ask a common question that people ask you all the time, and you can also provide the answer. And because this is a popular question people ask, this will now give the chance to other people to have a look at that question and see the answer before making contact with your business. So to do that, you can actually just click here to ask a question, then go ahead and type in your question, then simply post that, click finished. Now let's do another one as well. Okay, let's post that as well. Now let's refresh this page. Now go to see all questions, and this is where you can actually answer your own questions, or any questions others ask, of course. And then simply post. Now let's go back to the other one. Let's answer this one as well. Let's post this one, and let's go back to all questions. And what you can also do to show the most relevant question that you want others to see at the top of your profile by default is by pressing the like button here and also the like to the answer. This way, when your Google My Business listing shows to others, it'll also include this question and this answer, which if it's a common question and answer that a lot of people are asking, is likely going to increase the number of people that are going to proceed in contact or visit your business. Now, one tip to actually stay on top of any questions other people may ask, make sure to have your notifications for that set up. So if you go back to your profile here, you go to settings, then make sure questions and answered is actually checkmarked. That way you can get alerts about any questions and answers people may make on your business profile. Now this is actually not the most reliable way, sometimes it does miss this, so make sure to regularly check the question and answer section of your Google My Business profile to make sure that you stay on top of everything and answer any relevant questions people may have. The next feature, which is going to help your profile stand out and make the most use out of your profile in terms of getting leads for your business, making the most sales, and actually letting people know the different services and products that you're currently offering, is to actually release regular posts and content in this tab here. And making regular posts is again something that Google actually checks. And if it sees that a profile is releasing content regularly, it'll actually promote that Google My Business listing over your competition because it sees that the actual account is active, there's engagement from people, there's new content, and it actually wants to give the users of Google better experience. So it's going to show Google My Business listings that basically have more recurring fresh content, which is likely to be more relevant. So the question is, what kind of content should you include in your posts? How regularly should you post? How should you craft your offers in your posts? What kind of information should you basically provide? Well, all of this is actually covered in extensive detail. So if you go to your members area, and of course we're on the Google My Business listing setup video here in section 1 of the course, which social media to use. But if we actually go down to level 4 of the Holistic Business Growth Stack, your social referral system, and then go to social media marketing tab, then after the brief overview
of social media marketing. And by the way, your Google My Business listing, that of course that's not social media, but just like social media like Facebook, Instagram, your Google My Business listing will greatly benefit from regular release of content, just like your social media profiles, and actually will boost that ranking and make it more visible in search engines. So basically, even though this is social media marketing, the content to actually produce and how to research everything else, that's going to directly benefit your Google My Business listing. And so that's why I'm briefly mentioning this now. So basically, after a quick overview of social media marketing and the actual strategy behind it, how to post, how to create the content, we actually go ahead and break it down step by step, how to actually create your content and actually manually schedule that out. How to actually then use different tools to actually make that happen. And then even more importantly, the use of software. So for example, if you have 3 or 4 different social media profiles, so for example, you have a Google My Business listing, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, that's a lot to manage. Well, with the use of software, you can actually automate and schedule your content to be posted out to all those platforms at the same time, and that any responses, any interaction that you get on any of those platforms will be all under one place with software like this. So basically, with a couple of hours of setup, you can actually have this running on autopilot for months and months without actually using much of your time, by getting all the benefits of posting regularly every single day, relevant content that's going to increase your posts, your likes, your engagement, and ultimately organically grow your brand in your local area. Or of course, if you're not a local business, then it's going to increase your presence and your market share of that particular market that you're in. But so far, this is actually just scratching the surface of social media marketing, because one of the most important things is not just to release content regularly that's engaging, that basically tells the algorithms that your business page should be prioritized and should be viewed in your local area. But then when somebody actually engages with your content, how do you actually then convert those people to become leads for your business and ultimately increase your number of sales? And so, of course, that's when all of these sections here become quite relevant. So we look specifically at, further examples of crafting offers for promotional posts, what sort of things get people to engage with your posts, but then actually convert to become leads for your business, the actual web page design for optimal lead conversion, how to use forms and quizzes to efficiently collect lead details. And of course, something that a lot of businesses are completely unaware of is mini website setups using ClickFunnels templates, which by the way are ready to go with this course. So when you get to this section, you will find that there are buttons where you can download all the templates, and you'll be able to modify them for your business quite easily within 5, 10, 15 minutes easily. And I know I'm jumping the gun a little bit here because I know we're still in level 1 of the training, so please don't be distracted by this, but just know that it's coming up. And for example, this is very important for you to know because traditional websites don't actually convert as well as specifically crafted sales funnels using software like ClickFunnels, which will actually be going into specific detail, how to actually set up for your business step by step. So we look at further examples of crafting offers with templates, we look at web page design, what your funnels or your web page needs to convert those people, how to actually collect their details, how to embed forms. Everything is done step by step, very simple and easy to follow manner. And finally, we go to mini website setup using ClickFunnels templates. So this is something, if you're not familiar with, you'll be able to check out this video here, which is a nice overview. But then we actually have a full breakdown. So right from the start, how to actually import templates, how to actually modify those templates, how to actually get your domain set up, embed your forms. Absolutely everything you need to know is going to be covered here. And chances are you'll find that these kind of funnels will convert 2 or 3 times more visitors into leads for your business, which actually will slash your costs and actually increase your efficiency quite dramatically. So just again, there's a lot of content here, but do understand that basically everything is very easy and is presented in a very logical step. So just be aware that this is coming up. But of course, make sure to finish the video that you're on right now, go through in a logical step-by-step sense. And if you get stuck anywhere along the way, once again, make sure to use that powerful resource of our private Facebook support group. And that way you can actually get any of your questions answered, and you can continue to get the system set up for your business and get maximum efficiency out of your business to actually scale and grow your business. So with that being said, let's continue setting up your Google My Business listing. Now, the next powerful feature that will increase the number of leads you get into your business and will increase the number of customers is actually messaging. Now, messaging is something that if you can stay on top of, then basically I would recommend you use this, at least to begin with, and see how it goes.
If, however, this is something that you do not want to deal with, of course you don't have to use it. Now basically what messaging allows you to do in here is to, when you enable this feature, then your Google My Business profile will display an extra little box where people can message you directly to ask questions or interact with your business. And then what happens is you get notified live as questions come in through your Google My Business app on your mobile, and you actually then can respond to these. Now Google again monitors this, and if it sees that you are not keeping on top of your messages and you're not actually responding within 24 hours of getting those messages, it can actually then automatically remove the messaging function and won't allow you to use that in the future. So that's something important for you to be aware of. Now ideally, you want to follow up with your leads as soon as possible. In fact, the longer it takes for you to respond to your leads, the less likely you will convert them. So there are multiple studies, like from Harvard Business Review that we cover later on in this course, that actually show that if you take half an hour to respond to a lead compared to 5 minutes, there's over 400% difference of your chances of actually converting them to a paying client. So my advice, no matter how you get your leads, whether through messaging, whether through whatever other systems you have in your business, is to actually make sure to get back to your leads as soon as physically possible. And that's because you're going to have to spend the same amount of time talking to them now or later anyway, but if you respond to them now, you'll convert a much bigger fraction than if you respond to them later on. So it only makes sense to get to them as soon as possible. So to enable this feature, you basically go to this tab here, and then you either install the app using Google Play if you have an Android device, or you can install it through the App Store if you have an Apple device. Once you install the app on your mobile, right at the bottom of the app, you should see a little button that says Customers. Click that, and once you click that, then navigate back to the top where it should say Reviews, Messages, and Followers. Go to your messages, and that's where you can activate the message feature. Once activated, every single time you get a question, you'll get a live notification through your mobile app that this has occurred and gives you a chance to then respond. Also, something that I would recommend is for you to actually set up a custom welcome message. So when someone sends you a message, they automatically get a message from you giving them some information or instructions. To do this, go to the More options at the bottom right corner of the app, and then right at the bottom select Settings. Then select Messages, and then tap Edit your welcome message. Once you've finished typing that in, simply click Save. And now every single time someone messages you, they will get an instant message from you, which will again increase your chances of converting them to a paying customer. Now the final powerful feature which you can exploit to actually get more leads, more customers, and more sales is the ability for people to follow your Google My Business profile listing. And the great thing is that anyone who's following your Google My Business profile will be notified of any of the posts that you make. And of course, if you use the strategy mentioned in section 4 for social media marketing, you will know that some of the content you release, so some of the actual posts you release, will have promotional offers running in them, and they'll be optimized to convert people who click these to actually submit their details and become a lead for your business. So that means if you can actually increase the number of people who follow your Google My Business profile, you will actually increase the number of people that will see those offers and turn into customers for your business. So one of the ways to actually incentivize people to follow your Google My Business listing is to actually run a type of offer. And more precisely, it's actually known as the welcome offer. Now to set this up, you actually need the Google My Business mobile phone app, which we already covered just before in this video. So once you have that installed, open your app, go to the bottom and find where it says Customers, go ahead and click that. Then navigate to the top where it says Reviews, Messages, and Followers, go ahead and click Followers. Then tap Create a Post, and just below where you can upload a photo or a video, go ahead and scroll through and tap the Welcome Offer option. Then fill out the post as normal, include your description, include your terms and conditions, and typically something that gets a lot of attention is running an offer like 10% off all our services or 10% off our select services for all new followers. Once you're done, click Preview, and when you're happy with that, click Publish. Now, when anyone follows you, they will actually receive this offer. And so what you can now do is actually let everyone know on your website, on any of your profiles, in your emails, or even in person in your store that if they follow you on Google My Business, they will get this welcome offer. And once you have this set up, you should see an increase in your number of followers for your Google My Business listing. So that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this training video. As I already mentioned, we've decided to release levels 1 and 2 of the Holistic Business Growth Stack system in full, featuring 14 training videos and all the downloadable materials exclusively here on YouTube, so that you can benefit and set up a solid digital search and social media presence, as well as a robust marketing strategy for growing your business, all in one place and completely for free.
If you want to view the rest of the videos from levels 1 and 2 all conveniently in one place and in the right order, simply click on the channel name below this video, then navigate and click on playlists, where you can then select the complete playlist to view at your convenience. And if you don't want to miss any of the marketing tips and secrets, click the subscribe button now to get notified as soon as I publish a new video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, a quick thumbs up would be greatly appreciated to help this channel grow so that it can help others just like you with their business. That's it for this training video. I hope to see you in the next training video that comes after this one, and I really do hope that you take advantage of all the course videos and materials uploaded conveniently right here on YouTube. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye.